In the realm of revolutionary automotive innovation, one company stands out for its unwavering commitment to electric mobility and sustainable technology. Welcome to the captivating success story of BYD Motors. One of the critical factors behind BYD's success is its visionary leadership. The company was founded in 1995 by Wang Chuanfu at age of 29. Wang Chuanfu was born in a farm village in one of China's poorest provinces in 1966. He comes from a family of farmers. Wang's mother and father passed away when he was a teenager. He was raised alongside his siblings in a poor household. Financial hardships made it difficult, but the family persevered and got an education anyway. Wang did exceptionally well academically as a kid. Wang went on to graduate school after completing his undergraduate degree in chemistry. His postgraduate studies was at the Beijing Non-Ferrous Research Institute. He worked as a researcher and assistant professor at Beijing Technical University in the early 1990s. His area of specialization was accumulators and batteries, and because of that, he had a good overview of Chinese battery production. Wang and Lu Xiangyang, his cousin, started a rechargeable battery factory on the outskirts of Shenzhen when they were both 29 years old. In February 1995, he registered BYD as a manufacturer of rechargeable batteries. At the time, Shenzhen was a special place in China. In the mid-1970s, it was a swampy farming village of 30,000 population in the Pearl River Delta, the river that flows into the sea just north of Hong Kong. However, in 1979, the central government selects Shenzhen as a special development area to experiment with capitalism. When Wang moves there, the city already has more than 10 million inhabitants. Today, almost 15 million people live there. The Shenzhen experiment was a resounding success. The city was built on services, production, and lightning-fast innovation, and it was a good breeding ground for electronics. The city is called the Silicon Valley of China because, in addition to Wang's BYD, companies like Huawei, Tencent, and DJI also originate from there. BYD thrives in that vibrant environment. Many Chinese companies have a dubious reputation when it comes to copying Western products. This was no different for BYD in its early days. Wang and his team take apart Sony or Sanyo batteries, analyze how they're put together, and then made something similar under the BYD name. However, what makes Wang different from many Chinese competitors is that he does not stop at just a copy. He sees the importance of research and development from the start and spends a lot of money and time on it. At that time, Shenzhen was flooded with people from the province looking for a job. Cheap labor was plentiful, and Wang taken advantage of it. Instead of buying expensive equipment to automate production, he hired thousands of workers and puts a lot of effort into optimizing the production process. Wang founded BYD Auto after finding success in the battery industry. He purchased Qinchuan Automobiles in 2003. In addition to Qinchuan Auto, Wang also buys a factory in Beijing that makes molds and sets up an R&D department for cars in Shanghai. Wang storms the car market the same way he stormed the battery market. It starts with reverse engineering, a fancy word for copying, but in BYD's case, a little more than that. He has engineers take apart all kinds of cars, including his own Mercedes S-Class, to learn how to put them together and how to assemble the best. Then the mold maker in Beijing will supply all kinds of molds for parts at breakneck speed and enables BYD to build a parts industry and keep everything in-house. In 2005, launched their first self-developed car called the F3, which was a combustion model. This car sports an uncanny resemblance to a contemporary Toyota Corolla, but costs a lot less. And that's the niche BYD is entering: cheaper than the foreign models, but much better quality than all other Chinese competitors. BYD launched a complete range of cars in rapid succession from 2006 onwards. The first series of models almost all show similarities with the Toyotas of that time. All those models were equipped with petrol engines, and then in 2008 it launched the F3DM, its first foray into electric vehicles. The F3DM was a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. That same year, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway made a $230 million investment in BYD. This gave a boost to BYD's electric car ambitions. In 2009, BYD expanded its exports to the Middle East, South Africa, and Latin America. There was a significant increase in the company's sales in China during 2010. It followed that up with the introduction of several models of garbage trucks in Beijing. BYD Auto began exporting electric buses and commercial vehicles to Australia, Europe, and Colombia during the swine flu epidemic. In 2019, BYD finally sold more EVs than traditional gasoline models. The pinnacle of BYD's success occurred in June of 2022. Its sales have surpassed those of Tesla, the global automaker previously in the lead. For the first 6 months of 2022, it sold over 641,000 electric vehicles. It led to BYD Auto becoming the world's largest manufacturer of electric vehicles. BYD has extended its services to customers in over 70 countries, enriching their lives with exceptional offerings such as batteries, solar energy, energy storage, rail transport, EVs, and electronics. BYD states that the acronym means Build Your Dreams, and they proudly write it out in full on most of their car models.